Welcome to CARICOMP Insider, where high-tech facial recognition meets real-world intelligence.
In January, the U.S. Senate passed the DEFIANCE Act unanimously. That law lets victims of non-consensual deepfakes sue creators for a minimum of $150,000 in damages. And yet, not a single provision in that law helps an investigator prove whether a piece of evidence is real. If you work in law enforcement, legal compliance, or digital forensics, this gap lands squarely on your desk. 64 deepfake laws were adopted across the U.S. in 2025 alone, up from 52 the year before. According to the Digital Watch Observatory, the vast majority of deepfake content online is explicit material that overwhelmingly targets women and girls. More than 150 active channels on Telegram right now offer AI-generated nude images of both celebrities and ordinary people, often for a fee. Minnesota lawmakers are pushing a bill to outright ban nudification apps and websites that create deepfakes without consent. So the question running through all of this: if legislatures are criminalizing deepfake creation and distribution at record speed, who's responsible for proving which images in a case file are authentic and how? Start with what happened around Grok, the AI tool built into X. Users discovered they could prompt Grok to produce non-consensual sexualized images, including images depicting minors. The UK's media regulator, Ofcom, launched a formal investigation. Malaysia, Indonesia, and the Philippines went further. They blocked Grok entirely, citing child protection and obscenity concerns. That's 3 nations cutting off access to a major platform's AI tool because the safeguards failed. Now zoom out. According to the Digital Watch Observatory, 61 global privacy authorities signed a joint declaration warning that non-consensual AI images pose a worldwide risk. But enforcement hits a wall almost immediately. A deepfake app can be developed in one country, hosted on servers in a second country, and used by someone in a third. Each jurisdiction has different legal rules for takedowns and criminal prosecution, so even when a law exists, the content often sits outside any single authority's reach. What about platforms themselves? The Take It Down Act sets a hard deadline, May 19, 2026, for every covered platform to build a notice and removal process for non-consensual intimate imagery, including deepfakes. Platforms get just 48 hours to remove flagged content once notified. That sounds decisive. But once a manipulated image gets published, it replicates across networks so quickly that removal becomes a game of whack-a-mole. The original may come down. The copies don't. And that's where investigators feel the real pressure. If the Defiance Act's damages can reach $250,000 when linked to sexual assault, opposing counsel has every incentive to challenge the authenticity of facial comparison evidence. How do you know this image wasn't generated by AI? That question didn't come up in courtrooms 5 years ago. It comes up now. The laws criminalize making and sharing deepfakes. They don't give investigators a standard for certifying that a piece of digital evidence is genuine. Proof of origin, timestamp integrity, biometric grounding, those burdens fall on the person presenting the evidence, not on the legislature that wrote the statute. Meanwhile, biometric age verification is expanding fast. The UK requires it for adult websites. Brazil and South Korea are rolling out similar systems. Those programs will collect millions of facial scans this year. Every one of those scans is both a verification tool and a potential training dataset for the next generation of deepfake models. The legislation isn't solving the evidence problem. It's solving the liability problem. Investigators still have to answer a different question entirely. Not, is this illegal, but is this real? So, plain and simple. Governments passed more than 60 deepfake laws last year, giving victims new ways to sue and forcing platforms to take content down fast. But none of those laws tell an investigator how to prove a photo or video is authentic when it lands on a judge's desk. That authentication gap is the next battleground, and it's already open. The written version goes deeper. Links below.
Now you know something most people in this industry don't. Use it. And when you're ready to put it to work, caracomp.com. We'll see you tomorrow.